Gymrex? What's Gymrex? Would you believe a movie audience guide presented as a public service by this theater's management to help you select your motion picture entertainment? Well, that's what it is. And we urge you to learn these rating symbols and use them as a guide for you and your family. G means suggested for general audiences, all ages. M, suggested for mature audiences, parental discretion advised. R, restricted, persons under 16 not admitted unless accompanied by parent or adult guardian. X, persons under 16 will not be admitted. This seal in advertising indicates that the film was approved under the Motion Picture Code of Self-Regulation.
He lives. From the depths of this unholy tomb, the Avenger rises, the abominable Dr. Phibes, the most deadly mastermind of all crime. Specialist in the fine art of bizarre murder, each more different, each more devilish than the last. The scorpions embrace.
You bloody man!
The eagle's caress. The sausage machine. The one-hand persuader.
He has nothing to say, sir.
Touché, Dr. Phibes. And as another victim falls, the world awaits your next blow of vengeance. Only one man, only one menace, only one diabolical mind could create such chilling terror.
That's not a common thief, sir. Then, Inspector, you are faced with an impossible task. Well, there's no force in all the world could win a fight against such a supreme opponent.
Run, but you can't escape him. Hide, but he'll find you. Scream, but no one will hear you.
What happened to Dr. Waterman? Only this man, last to see him alive, knows. Equinox, the invisible barrier between good and evil. The invisible barrier between light and the forces of darkness. The supernatural before your very eyes, as 4 teenage boys and girls fight a devil cult for their sanity, for their lives, for their eternal souls. Equinox, a story that defies logic, confounds belief.
Dr. Waterman! Wait! Wait!
I can't believe it. It was just a fall.
What is the secret of the 1,000-year-old book? What are the unspeakable horrors conjured by the forces of evil? What is the fiendish power of the ring that enslaves and destroys? What is the one symbol that can hold at bay the hosts of hell unleashed on earth? Equinox, proving again that there is more in heaven and on earth than is dreamt of in our philosophy. Equinox! Equinox! Begins where Rosemary's Baby left off.
Terror that rips the screams right out of your throat. suspense that traps you in a web of shadows and fear.
I expect $50,000, 2 weeks.
A treacherous journey inside a nightmare of passion and death. A love affair with horror. A terrifying film experience that explores the twisted souls of insanity.
I need 50,000.
I know how to get it.
A suspense shocker in the psycho tradition. An electrifying tale of intrigue, madness, and death. Come prepared for the shocking climax. The last 15 minutes will jolt you right out of your seat.
Footsteps on the stairs, a shadow under the door, a reflection from a knife, and all the screaming in the world won't help. In the Hitchcock tradition, the bird with the crystal plumage. If you think you are being followed home from this movie, keep telling yourself it's all in your mind. From UMC Features.
In the age of Aquarius, the twins share everything.
I am you, and you are me.
Just us.
And what one knows, the other knows.
In the age of insanity, what is there to share?
I'm Julian.
I'm Jackie.
You're putting me on.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. We'd rather stay exclusive.
Listen! I could have asked your sister to join us in this little game. Now, she would have enjoyed this, wouldn't she? I will sell you the whole game. £400 will do.
In the age of disillusion, who is there to trust?
What are we going to do?
You two can't hold hands forever.
You're dressing up and looking in mirrors.
Let's end this little caper right now, because there isn't anything I don't know about you two.
You can't stay children forever.
Or can you?
You don't know what it's like to have one friend you can depend on, you can trust, you can play games with.
Tell the world we're not in. Close the door on the world and its trouble. We don't need nobody else when the people come knocking. Tell the world we're not in.
It'll be just us. Everything. Like it was. Promise? Oh, promise, Jackie.
Trees reaching down, teaching the town how to live. Love that you give must be returned.
In the age of Aquarius, the twins share their own unique lives and tell the threatening world around them, we're not in.
That is an incredible motion picture. An entire town goes berserk when a giant underwater creature attacks all human life. Zaat is a frightening experience. Don't miss Zaat. Zaat is an incredible motion picture. It is the story of a demented scientist who is convinced he can turn humans into fish, proving it by transforming himself into a revengeful killer monster. With a deadly radioactive substance, he pollutes rivers and lakes. Fish grow to unbelievable size and attack all human life. His goal, destroy the Earth with his hideous fish creatures. Zaat is a frightening experience. Don't miss Zaat.
Whiskey Man.
Mountain. How could any place so beautiful be so weird? So sinister.
Move and you're dead.
So terrifying.
Please don't!
Now, this shocking motion picture plunges you into a witch's cauldron of incredible excitement, exposing the savage reality behind the song, the legend, the mystery of Whiskey Mountain. Yeah, it takes a lot of guts to go up Whiskey Mountain. Only problem is, you might never come down.
What the hell do you want here?
Massacre, quite insane. Oh my God. In the midst of life, we are in death.
Sorry to have missed the meeting, but my heart is with you.
Can't believe it. His head cut off.
Impossible.
Good day, Mr. Devlin.
Come, fire, consume this happy world, and in its ashes, let my memory lie.
Blob is back in a horrifying new adventure. And you are there, startled, stunned, terrified, as the blood-red creature rolls over and eats everything in its path.
We're going to burn the place down. I can't take any chances.
Beware, the Blob. Starring Robert Walker, Gwyn Guilford.
First thing you do when you get home, you go fishing.
You know that's not the first thing I did when I got back home.
Beware, Godfrey Cambridge. Beware, Carol Lindley. Beware, Shelley Berman.
You would like a haircut? It'd be $400.
Beware, the Blob. Larry Hagman and his pals tried to stop the Blob with a pitchfork. Beware, the Blob.
Look out!
Consuming human flesh on contact.
I don't suppose you got any identification.
Nothing can stop it. Not fire, not water, not even bullets.
Don't move.
What do you mean? Huh?
That thing. That's it. Oh! It's gonna go.
See Son of Blob.
Ah, it's the Blob!
Rated PG. All ages admitted.
First it was color. Then sound. Then 3D and CinemaScope. Now, the most exciting new storytelling technique in film history, anamorphic duovision. A new film experience. You don't need glasses, but this spectacular new technique does require special projection equipment, so we can't show you scenes in duovision. But you'll see twice the action, twice the excitement. This is a single-screen preview of the first feature film production in duovision.
Reservation?
Yes, Dolores Hamilton.
An action-packed thriller from MGM. Wicked, wicked.
Wicked, wicked, that's the ticket. You got to make me feel so wicked. Make me do what I love to do. Make wicked, oh wicked.
When was the last time you were really frightened by a film? You'll be doubly afraid when you see Wicked, Wicked in duovision.
Rick Stewart? Calling Mr. Stewart?
Oh, Mr. Stewart.
Rick. David Bailey stars as Detective Rick Stewart, who plays a deadly game of hide and seek with a phantom killer.
Somebody just tried to kill me.
With Tiffany Bowling and Ed Burns.
3 single women, each of them blonde, each with luggage, check in during the middle of the night. Order dinner sent up, and that's the last of them.
Are you trying to ruin this hotel? It's a coincidence, nothing more.
Is that what turned you off?
Now look, Stewart, you're starting to bug me.
Lassiter.
We don't need any beach freaks making out with the guests.
A psychotic fiend holds the Grandview Hotel in an icy grip of fear. And in duovision, you'll share twice the tension, twice the shock. These were the figures in a shadowy nightmare, as a twisted monster with blood-stained hands carried out unspeakable acts of horror. This was the shocking discovery, the ultimate creation of a crazed imagination, a grisly gallery of corpses preserved after death in a terrifying theater of horrors. Wicked, Wicked, one of the most frightening films ever made.
Come in. It's not locked.
See the suspense thriller of the year, Wicked, Wicked, in duovision, a new experience to dazzle and challenge your imagination. You've never seen anything like it before.
There are millions of swingers that live it up.
Let's cut out. It's party time.
But some die.
Charlie, I wanted you.
I thought I told you if word got out that we were swingers, it would kill my practice.
She was wild. Couldn't get enough.
Hey, for sure.
It's about your old lady, man. That was just right, Charlie.
Can a smart lawyer get away with murder?
Well, I guess I might as well go out and talk to his wife. What's the talk? Killed himself. Rich, just got a call. Another 187 PC.
What I mean is, could this have been a suicide pact between your husband and Jim Simon?
We were swingers.
Charlie, if you really love me, you wouldn't want to do this.
Amy that I'm interested in.
Yeah, 2 of them. Listen, we're gonna need the meat wagon over here.
They were murdered.
Bill Stacy is dead, too. You know him, too, didn't you?
What exactly is it that you want?
The truth.
You think I'm crazy?
You've never met a couple like Charlie and Amy. Or maybe you have.
What is the terrifying mutant that strikes from behind the shroud of night. That night of the Lepus. A night of total terror. Night of the Lepus. Kill one, and thousands take their place. What devil creatures growing weight and size every day are hidden behind the eyes of horror. Night of the...
The Devils Burn. An explosive film. Absolutely brilliant. ABC TV. Superbly, frighteningly effective. Time magazine.
But of course I can prove nothing. This Mother Superior may be little more than a hysterical nun.
Exactly. Mere conjecture.
And what form does this incubus take?
The Devils is not a film for everyone. Vanessa Redgrave, Oliver Reed, in Ken Russell's film of The Devils. This picture has been rated X. No one under 17 admitted.
The face of an angel. The heart of a killer. The power of the devil.
I want to know who you're meeting in the cemetery.
I don't have to tell you anything.
I'm going to work for them. I'm going to take care of Rosalie Norden. The death of parents when a child is rather young, it leaves you feeling so alone.
I have friends. They do favors for me.
What kind of favors?
You'll find out.
Stay right here. I'll be right back.
All right, who's in here? Rosalie, stop it!
They're going to come and hurt you both. Hurt you bad. Rosalie!
The child wants to play hide and go kill.
Who's in here?
Her power is unearthly.
You go away, Rosalie! Go away and leave me alone!
Her acts monstrous. Her secret electrifying, of unspeakable evil. The Child, a terrifying thriller.
What strange erotic force was taking hold of the women of Peckham, California? What orgasmic ritual unlocked the hidden sexual appetites of these women? What changed them from everyday housewives into ravishingly beautiful women? What bizarre secrets threatened every man in town? The invasion of the B-Girl.
However, there are 3 points of uniformity I would like to bring out. 1, all the victims have been men. They've all died apparently I'd like to stress the word apparently, by overexhaustion in the act of sexual intercourse.
Total sexual abstinence.
Well, let me tell you something. Me, for one, ain't gonna give up a little pleasure I get from screwing my old lady, or anybody else for that matter.
Abstinence isn't gonna be anything new around here.
Well, if I were positive it was going to kill you, I'd do it.
The United States government sent their top investigator to Peckham to try and stop this sex-driven epidemic.
But you were the last person to see him alive on the night he was murdered.
All right. You might as well know. We bawled, and we bawled, and we bawled, till he dropped dead.
Can you see some of that? Oh, no, you can't!
The invasion of the Bee Girls. Is there a man in your town who can satisfy the Bee Girls? Rated R from Sequoia Pictures.
Man, half-beast, all monster, the twilight people, test tube terrors, evolved from evil, a nightmare of supernatural science, human desire, animal lust, a herd of howling horrors thundering through the jungle, a savage stampede hell-bent on blood, the twilight people. Screaming demons screeching through the skies. Weird winged wonders. Hideous horned horrors. Fiendish fanged phenomenon out of the shadows onto your throat. The twilight people. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested.
Brace yourselves. It's happening again. That same sense of horror. That same moment of silence before death explodes. No one can stop him. No one can escape him. A bludgeoning fury, no longer human, creating a nightmare of blood again and again. His trail, a cloud of terror. His trademark, the severed arm. Starring Deborah Wally.
He's already killed 2 men. He's mutilated a 3rd. Now what the hell do you want, lady?
We thought for sure I was next.
You know he's not going to stop. That's why I'm carrying one of these.
Whoever it is in the building with you.
It's a cave-in! It's locked! We're stuck!
There's someone following us right now.
A hit-and-run killer stalks the shadows. There's no place to hide from the nightmare of the severed arm.
Get away from me! I'm sorry, kid. You lost!
There's a lot to scream about in The Severed Arm.
Footsteps lurk in the dark. A beautiful girl is in danger.
You attack! You're not getting away. To be sure, the police are going to get you.
Your sister is a whore, and you are big.
Don't talk about my sister that way. After all, this is her place.
What ingredients go in the secret recipe of the Mad Butcher's sausages?
Meat is meat.
Mr. Lawrence? I'm quite sure.
But I don't see where she came out.
Oh, no, she didn't come out. At least not before 7 o'clock when I went off duty.
What did you do about it?
Come here.
Yes, Inspector.
Where did you get these sausages?
I bought the finest in Vienna.
Who made this wonderful sausage of yours?
The layman, the butcher.
In the future, you should inspect all sausages for buttons.
I am completely well. See?
What are you doing?
Watch out, Mike!
Don't miss the blood-chilling story of the insane sausage maker.
Conjoined twins, called Siamese, challenge life at their first breath. History had them as the stuff of myth and symbol. Some tried to achieve such normality as they could. The famous Chang and Ang, the twins of Siamese birth, who gave this congenital abnormality its popular name, married and fathered families. With the increasing sophisticated surgical techniques developed in this century, some twins have been separated and lead normal lives. Others never can. Sisters. They were once one in body, and perhaps one in mind. Danielle and Dominique. One loving, one hating, one innocent, the other... Where does Danielle end and Dominique begin?
I want to report an emergency, a murder.
There was no body. Because there was no murder.
Oh, Dominic, he's okay. No, I can't remember.
Go back, try.
No.
Remember.
This is freak. Forget the freak.
What the devil hath joined together, let no man cut asunder.
This could all be happening right now, somewhere on this planet. It's the story of a UFO that has landed and visitors from a galaxy light years away. It's an adventure unlike anything on this planet. A weapon that might belong to us in the future, but is here now. Laser blast. It's the story of the boy who found it and the girl who tried to help him.
What about the lump on your chest?
And a world that tried to take it away.
They didn't know I knew it.
I want the town sealed off. No news leaks. No news, period.
Laser blast. It will blow your mind.
May I have your attention, please? On behalf of the government of the United States of America, I would like to welcome you to the beginning of the greatest adventure of your lives. Faced with the threat of worldwide development of atomic weapons, a special government committee set into action a plan to provide for the continuation of the human race in the event of global thermonuclear war. You are here because we are now engaged in such a war.
The surface temperature is 214 degrees Fahrenheit.
The day of the individual in our world is gone.
Thermonuclear destruction. 4 billion people.
Everyone up there is gone. They're wiped out.
A perfect new computerized world. 1,758 feet underground. Perfect, except for something the computer forgot.
I saw something and it was just a shadow. I thought it touched me.
Shadow spots on the walls. If you can't see them and you can't hear them, how the hell are you going to fight them?
How did a bat get down here? The government didn't just dig a hole and plant this installation. They found caves, converted them. Bats live in caves.
There are others. There's no blood source on the surface. So they're either going to cannibalize each other or find their way back in here.
I hate this place!
I think I found a way out.
How?
Might be possible to climb the elevator shaft and set off the emergency alarm at the top.
1,700 feet straight up. Nobody could climb that distance.
I could.
Don't do it, Woody. You're risking your life for nothing. Don't you see that?
Chosen survivors.
What do you say? Try your luck. Break a balloon, win a baboon, right over here.
What is it?
They didn't know that in that wild, frenzied ride, they'd pass from the living. This picture begins where Hitchcock stopped and climaxes in nerve-shattering terror.
How to kill him?
Carnival of Blood, a colorful merry-go-round of death.
I got surprise one out of lake. What's taking you so long?
I'll take a look.
Come on. Service should get in this place. Service should all get in this place.
Get out of line, and you're in the Carnival of Blood.
You got girlfriends?
this game, the best prize you can win is your life.
Stand cards and look at the cards again!
Dan, you're sick.
You bitch!
No, please, help! Help!
Gimpy, tell me where you got the bear.
Gimpy. To witness the unfolding of these detailed events with a friend, someone who might remain unchanged throughout this traumatic experience. Carnival of Blood, a Kurt Films presentation, coming to this theater soon.
And another bloody chiller.
A quiet town, nestled in the California foothills. A timeless place where past and present merge. Curse of the headless horseman. Violence rages as an age-old curse comes to life, leaving death in its trail. Terror and a new excitement explodes on the screen. See Curse of the Headless Horseman, coming to this theater soon. Rated PG.
The Shango ceremony.
Your death was that of a warrior who died for Shango.
African black magic so powerful, the soul of the dead can live again through sacrifice.
Have you nothing to give? Sister? Nothing to give? Nothing to give?
Lord Shango, the shock, the sacrifice, the blood.
I got no mind to entertain murderers in my home.
It was an accident.
My Lord is calling by the side.
There's always a struggle when a restless soul tries to enter a body not yet born.
Mama, it's Remy's baby.
Lord Shango, a clash between gospel glory and Shango sacrifice.
I could go back to Shango. I went once before.
Lord Shango is death and life. Lord Shango from Bryanston Pictures. Lord Shango, a devil of a movie.
Paris. On a quiet street, in an old building, a dead woman's vacant apartment is waiting. Waiting for the tenant. Roman Polanski is the tenant. In Chinatown, he exposed the dark side of corruption. In Repulsion, he explored a warped mind. In Rosemary's Baby, he examined the occult. Now, the tenant, something altogether new, altogether chilling. No one does it to you like Roman Polanski.
Roman Polanski film, coming from Paramount Pictures.
Very soon there will be nothing between you and the people who own the dark.
That's it. Kill her.
The people who own the dark. Inside a secluded executive retreat, the world's most respected men prepare for a weekend that promises every earthly pleasure.
If during, before, or after dinner, one of the guests should feel the desire to commit lustful acts with any of the young women, the latter shall submit to it. But the satisfaction of this desire shall be performed in the presence of all the other guests.
While outside, in their own world of darkness, they gather. Drawn by the scent of the living, they prepare for a night of unearthly horror.
You
nothing between you and the people who own the dark.
Bring life to the dead. Bring life to the dead. Bring life to the dead. Drink? Just one drink with me.
Enter the occult world of necromancy.
You were brought here for one purpose. Necromancy.
A ceremony dating back to the pre-Christian era. It's the art of reviving the dead. It requires involvement with evil spirits.
I'm not becoming one of you witches.
The devil god brings life to the dead, death to the living.
It had been a long time between men for the three strange sisters.
I think I can offer you something interesting.
What did they want with a man in the house of psychotic women? These are the girls in the house of psychotic women. Yvette lives in a wheelchair. And Nicole. And Claude.
Do you think a person would be satisfied with this?
My two sisters are very unlucky. No man will look at them. One's a paralytic, and the other, with that hand, it's repugnant.
Well, for me, I like them both.
want with a man in the house of psychotic women? What do they do to a man in the house of psychotic women? What else?
Stop it! Stop it!
House of Psychotic Women from Independent International. Rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent.
Obi, sinister messenger of voodoo vengeance. Evil, naked as fire. Soul brother of death, threatening all non-believers.
Daddy!
Terror that mummifies.
Are you, with your scientific training, asking me to exorcise evil?
It's a primitive force. You must fight it.
You're getting closer and closer to the most unnatural kind of death.
You have killed, and you will kill again.
Beyond shock, beyond horror, into total terror.
What was that?
Murder runs wild. Blood runs cold. Terror runs deep red. Everywhere you turn, death is running with you. Deep red. It'll put you into deep shock. Deep red, rated R.
Not since Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho has a motion picture probed the uncontrollable passions of the mind's darkest corridors with the violent realism of Love Me Deadly.
Don't cut me! Don't cut me! No! Ah!
Love me deadly. Kiss me deadly. This very special love can never be.
The word is necrophilia. We're quite normal people, just with different passions.
I love you. I think you love me. But every time I touch you, you turn off. Now, what is it?
A beautiful child woman driven by uncontrollable passions to reject the love of a devoted husband. A woman cursed with a secret too terrible to reveal. Doomed to love only the dead. In this shocking film, you will witness the never-before-seen blood-curdling rites of the lovers of the dead.
We're about to show you a few scenes of this movie, which is called The Wizard of Gore. For those of you who appreciate this type of cinematic art, you will see the most startling scenes of their type ever filmed. But for those of you with heart conditions, or who are with young and impressionable children, we ask that you turn around in your seats or leave this auditorium for the next 2 minutes. Thank you.
I am Montag, master of illusion. Your eyes may see, but your mind may refuse to believe. Permit me to show you a few of the tricks I perform in the Wizard of Gore. Good friends, perhaps you think I excuse myself from those activities you've just seen. No, you see, I'm not afraid to stick my neck out.
Motion picture of all time, The Wizard of Gore. This film will take its place in motion picture history as a milestone of extraordinary achievement. Never before have the weird, the eerie, the astonishing, the bewildering been shown in so stunning a film. Behind the facade of a normal world lies another world, whose grisly mystery brings panic to some, satisfaction to others. An astounding achievement in bizarre, amazing theater, The Wizard of Gore.
There wasn't enough room in Toyland to escape the terror that rocked Baby's cradle.
I notice you call him Baby, and the case history doesn't show any other name. What is his real name?
Just Baby.
To Baby, life was not a giant playpen. It was a living hell. He wasn't allowed to walk, he wasn't allowed to talk, but he was capable of it. Baby is a full-grown man trapped by 3 women with no way out.
Mama.
Damn you.
We should have let them take him.
Oh, but you're not talking about that circus.
Mm-hmm. They wanted to put him in a sideshow. We should have said yes.
You're calling your brother a freak.
Oh, Mama. I just thought it'd be better that way.
3, 4. Close the door.
I just wanted to face you one more time to tell you that you're sick. You're the one who needs help, not Baby.
That's just so much horse. You want him for yourself. Well, agency or no agency, you ain't gonna get him. Because Baby belongs to us. No, to me.
He belongs to himself. He's not the subhuman thing you've made him.
to my baby? What's gonna happen to him?
The Baby, a Scotia International release, starring Anjanette Comer, Ruth Roman, Mariana Hill, Suzanne Zenor, and David Manzi as Baby. Rated PG.
Lovers, beware. There's no place to hide when the dead are alive.
Remember, this is a tomb that's been closed for 2,500 years. Now you see Tucolca with a club in his hand murdering 2 young Etruscans in almost exactly the same way as the first young couple on the motorbike were killed.
It's the macabre touch. The way the bodies were laid out.
Jason, are you trying to frighten me?
I only want the truth. Nikos is trying to pin those murders on me.
They are not creatures of the night or of the grave, but spirits of the dead, aroused by passion, who watch and wait. And strike without warning. And there's no place to hide. When the dead are alive.
You can run from Suspiria. You can hide from Suspiria. But you cannot escape. Suspiria. Rated R.
Since the very beginning of time, in the Garden of Eden, one of God's creatures has symbolized the darkest fears of man's primitive emotions. It is a creature that is hypnotic, sensual, and loathsome. It is the snake. But not all men have known a snake like Stanley. Meet Stanley, a snake unlike any you have ever seen, in a motion picture that will make your skin crawl. A terrifying journey into the primitive swamps and jungles of the Everglades, a world where the only instinct is survival. A world where the cold-blooded creatures walk on 2 legs.
There's no accident. There's no accident we shot your father. We killed him! Liar! Now you're gonna get what you did me a few minutes ago!
Stanley, the incredible story of a man and snake. They shared a bond of trust in a world of hate.
I'm sorry, Stanley, but you're gonna have to stay in the truck. People just don't understand friendly rattlesnakes.
Stanley, starring Chris Robinson, a man who could no longer live among men. Stanley, a snake who trusted his natural enemy and was used to carry out a man's personal vengeance. Stanley, the incredible story of a man who killed to save the friends he loved and learned to love the art of killing. When Tim gets mad, Stanley gets deadly.
Stanley. Bite his hand.
never been a motion picture like it. If you have ever touched the emotions of horror and revulsion, if you have ever feared the fangs of death, then you know the terrifying impact of Stanley. A snake that learned that only man kills his own kind.